Всем привет, мы продолжаем проходить Disco Elysium. Как, собственно, можно догадаться, наверное, из названия стрима. Так, сейчас по какой там день-то? Пятница или уж суббота? По-моему, пятница. Мы ищем Руби. Да, я почти ее нашел. Надо только телепортироваться на крышу здания, да? На пятница. Поищите Руби на побережье. Я могу телепортироваться. Ну, типа, так написано, телепортироваться.
The rusty ladder leads to the rooftop.
Вот прям телепортироваться на крышу написано. Шансы высокие, 83%. Ну, почему? Потому что у меня крутая эквилибристика. Ну и плюс я видел, как карабкается Тьяго. Так, ну давайте.
All you need to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness enfolds you. You can feel the distance between the bench and the first rung of the ladder. All you need to is...
Телепортироваться — это не прям телепортироваться, да, это же не фантастика какая-то. Имеется в виду допрыгнуть до первой перекладины и вскарабкаться. Нужно только сделать это.
Zoot, zap, pow, crinkle. It's like magic. You feel yourself disappear. Your atoms fading out of existence.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Bam! You find yourself on the roof, having mastered the art of physical displacement.
Давай, типа, круто будем стоять просто. Не злорадствуем. Просто стоим гордо, как самарийский мастер.
You know, for the record, you didn't teleport there. You just climbed the ladder with your eyes closed.
Душнило!
The wind at the top of the building starts howling loudly, blowing away the lieutenant's voice. Faintly you hear.
Never mind. Find a way to let me in when you get inside. Don't go adventuring without backup, especially if we think the suspect may be hiding here.
Центральную опору уничтожили выстрелами. Больше у нас, собственно, тут активных точек нет. Ну давай. Спустимся. Камни падают вниз. Лететь им долго. Туда мы не можем перепрыгнуть. Там, собственно, ничего нет. Так. Открытка Мартинес 98. Стекло покрыто сажей и пылью, почти ничего не видно. Может мне фонарик взять, на всякий случай? То нафига мне этот меч? И этот, наркота всякая. Потолок обрушился и практически перекрыл проход в подвал. Протиснуться можно с трудом. Можно, получается? Древняя офисная мебель, может, прошлого века. Этот перевернутый стол покрыт оранжевой плесенью, в которой что-то копошится. О. Ким. В ящиках старые папки для бумаг, на них серебрится плесень. Ладно, давай откроем ему, что ли.
Two rusty metal plates that slide apart form a crude door. It's been here under the boardwalk for a while.
Кто здесь?
What do you mean, who's there? It's me, Kim. Stop playing around and help me get the door open.
Ну давай, попытаемся.
The doors seem to be on rails, but they've gotten jammed. You grab a side and put some strength into prying it open. With the help of your partner, the two metal panels slide open with a creak.
Huh. I hope no one dangerous heard that.
Готов?
Yes. Time to investigate these passages. Let's move quietly and not make more sound.
Not running is a great way to do that.
Куча толстых стеклянных панелей, покрытых плесенью. Какой-то пинжак. Интеризоларный. +1 к внушению. Луч фонарика освещает проем в стене. Затхлый запах и пыль. Здесь никто не спал уже много месяцев, а может и лет. Шапка революционера. Снаружи ты уже видел эту амбразуру. Кастрюли и тарелки покрыты пылью и затянуты паутиной. На двухъярусной кровати разбросаны древние листовки и брошюры. Революционная пропаганда. Это было типа какое-то убежище революционеров. Ну, трудно назвать это убежищем, учитывая, что оно прямо на побережье, по-моему, стоит.
A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait.
Не паук там сказано, но ведь была паутина просто. Смахнуть пыль с портрета.
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly.
Это Крис Мазов. Дело он, конечно, наворотил.
Yes. Looks like some latter-day radicals were hiding out here. They left a long time ago.
Давно? Как давно?
Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted.
Откуда все эти тайники с оружием и секретные бункеры?
We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers.
Good hiding place for someone who's up to no good.
Может, мне стоит сюда переехать? Здесь довольно уютно.
I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case.
Думаешь, это может быть связано с бюстом Мазова, который мы нашли у студента? Да вряд ли.
Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. Besides, that looked like some student. The youths always go for this kind of stuff.
Есть ли вероятность, что кто-то останавливался здесь недавно?
You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
Что еще тут есть? Ничего? Ничего? Не, ну мы нашли шапку тут, да? Что там эта шапка дает нам? Ушанка с мазовистской эмблемой, оленями рогами на серебристо-белом меху. +1 к социал-экономическому мазовизму. Дружелюбный сосед коммунар. Что значит +1 к социально-экономическому мазовизму? Что мне это дает, блин? Следы ботинок на песке. Одна подошва кажется более стертой, чем другая. Ага. Руби. В воздухе что-то чувствуется. Какой-то неестественный гул. Мы тут не пройдем, да? Туннель обрушен. Придется найти другой путь. Становится шумно, слышен какой-то гул.
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
Лейтенант, ты ничего не чувствуешь?
No, what do you mean?
Боль, непонятное жужжание.
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
Я тоже их видел. Правая подошва полностью стерта.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
Я уверен, что Руби его не убивала. Или если она убила его, то задела. Потому что, блин, все они звались как о хорошем человеке. Типа ей бабулька сдавала... Бабулька, которая сдавала ей комнату. Хорошо о ней отзывалась. Чувак-дальнобойщик. Тит и Асель. Все они хорошо отзывались. Так что я не знаю... Сомневаюсь, что она, типа, наш тот самый преступник, короче. Или если она, ну, как бы при этом она наркотиками торговала, так что... Но если она его убила, то, наверное, за дело. Может, он ее саму изнасиловал, не знаю. О чем это вы? Вы?
Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
You will upset the balance of power in Martinez. The deadlock between the company and the Union will destabilize. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
Еврар явно знает больше, чем говорит. Может, стоит его еще потрясти?
You're right. However corrupt he may be, nothing happens in Martinez without him knowing. We might have to dirty our hands, but...
In this case, we can't afford to be squeaky clean.
Также мы знаем, что известно Джойс об убийстве, но, возможно, следует обсудить с ней другие темы.
Yes, there won't be time for that once things go down. Matter of fact, I don't think there's time for it now, but...
Как думаешь, насколько плохо все закончится?
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
Как ты думаешь, что нас там ждет?
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Почему?
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
Может, мне надо взять не меч в руку, а пистолет? Хотя, стоп, у меня нет пистолета, у меня есть ружье только. Но оно не рабочее, нет? У меня есть нерабочее ружье. Вот, старинная винтовка. Свой пистолет я так и не нашел. Может быть, уже поздно. Не думаю, что Руби нас убьет. Ну или мы ее убьем. Бетонная труба, погребенная под песком и пылью.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice.
Я не ожидал, что все так резко начнется.
It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out. Cop dies in heroic attempt to apprehend suspect in murder investigation. The RCM is in mourning after a detective lieutenant lost his life while attempting to arrest a suspect in an ongoing murder investigation in Martinez. Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi, the deceased's partner on the case who survived the encounter, said the suspect used a weapon the likes of which he had never seen before to temporarily incapacitate both of them. I don't think she meant to kill him. She apologized when she saw what had happened. He added, "It's just like to go out like a real cop in the end," said Captain Ptolemy Price, the deceased superior officer.
Просто там, типа, минуснулось ХП, а у меня и так было единственное. А стоп, автосейв у вас когда вот был? И, скорее всего, его не было, да, ведь автосейва? Бля, все сначала. Ладно, все реплики можно проскипать. У меня просто, блин, у меня нет... Блин, мне надо опять ехать. Ехать, ну, в смысле, идти туда. Блин. Мне надо купить лекарства. Все сначала. Что? Слабый запах плавящейся изоляции, нейлон и озон. Блин, лекарства, тут надо, не знаю, закупаться ими прям. Что? Низкий рокот басов, сердце вторит ударом.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Можно мне на Зафед?
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Можно мне еще на Зафеда?
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Ну, давайте еще на Зафеда.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Все. Это не была смертельная ситуация, ну прям на 100%. Просто у меня не было хп. Ладно. Еще по-быстрому проскипаем все, что сделаю. Лишь бы сейчас проверка не облажалась. То это будет несправедливо, если она, блин, не сработает в этот раз. Давайте сохранимся в таком случае.
A rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. All you need to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness enfolds you. You can zoot, zap,
Oh my god,
bam! You find yourself on the roof.
You know,
The wind at the
Все это мы
Never
сегодня
mind.
уже видели, поэтому я не буду все это пересматривать, переслушивать, точнее.
This isn't just glass. These are old computation components.
Ой, этого не было, кстати. Это детали компьютера?
Yes, filament memories. From the time when wires were cast in glass, slides with an inlaid nervous system.
Как это делалось и зачем?
The how was a closely guarded secret. Something that was locked in safes in human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, your fingers don't know. Two rusty metal.
What do you mean who was there?
The doors seem to be on.
Huh. Yes. Time to investigate these passages. Let's move quietly and not make more sound.
Not run.
Формально мы можем отсюда выйти даже, если что. Поэтому я даже, наверное, еще раз сохранюсь на всякий случай. Я новый сейв, что ли, сделал? Блин, я сделал слишком много сейвов. Ну ладно.
Mustachioed and
Yes. Looks like some latter-day radicals were hiding half a cent. I think the purpose of this bunker we have found.
good hiding place for someone who's up to no.
I won't stand in your way, but only after millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. You mean like Ruby?
Years worth of dust is shaken off. There it is again, like a sword.
No. What do you mean? I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were looks like our suspect. Once we detain a credible.
You will upset the balance. Keep calm. Go up.
You're right.
In this case, we can't afford to be.
You're right.
In this case, we can't.
Well,
If you can't predict it,
I think I see a cavern.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Or maybe not.
Так, здесь нас убили. Давайте сохранимся еще раз. Чтобы если умрем, тогда уж, в общем, ниоткуда не бежать издалека. Так, что произошло?
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice.
Может, это место находится под церковью уже? Из-за него так этот гул.
It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, but she has to. Doesn't wish to hurt you, not according to your ear canals. Wait, no, not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your neural pathways.
Блин. Ну, не будем закрывать уши. Мне кажется, что если закрыть уши, что-то будет еще хуже.
That's an awful decision. Why would you not want to shield yourself from it? It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones.
Я думал, тут какая-то подковырка есть.
Take out all the good parts of Paroligon, leave all the bad parts, and make a brain bomb in a constant state of exploding. That's this.
Что со мной происходит?
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing. It's the ULAN frequency. Blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
Я видел твои уравнения. Это частоты УЛАН.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at. A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break me loose.
Что еще, черт возьми, за серость?
The pale? It's the end of the world.
Как тебе удалось раздобыть этот прибор?
I built it myself.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Way beyond.
И что, так теперь всегда будет?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
Охотники. А на себе ты этот компрессор испытывала?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
Это все прекрасно, но давай поговорим об убитом.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
Не могла бы ты просто включить эту штуку? У меня к тебе пара вопросов.
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
По-русски.
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
The gun she's carrying is a two-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but she can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this.
Какой инструмент? У меня типа меч. Как ты узнала о нашем приближении?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
Пряча пули под полом?
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
Она тебя, кстати, не выдала. Изабель, прачка.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find to my back.
Значит, ты готовилась к худшему?
I was. Before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now.
Это ты застрелила Лели?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
Права. Первой своими сомнениями поделилась Классия.
Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Какая ее первая догадка? Тип? Твои парни рассказали, что тебя нужно искать на побережье.
My boys?
Парни Руби, ранее известные как парни Харди.
What? I don't even understand what you're trying to get at here. Oh, doesn't even matter. How could they be my boys when they're not even my friends? Those guys liked me, I know it. This is what happens to people whom people like. How the fuck do the rest of you get by?
Погоди, разве не ты назвала меня открывашкой? В этом не было ничего личного, я просто заставил их открыться.
I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same.
Честно говоря, я понятия не имею, как справляюсь. Я здесь случайно оказался. Ты можешь объяснить, что за херня тут творится?
What shit? I told you I didn't do it. Sounds pretty simple to me.
Как, по-твоему, Лели был приятным человеком?
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
И все? Там же были другие вопросы, я хотел их задать тоже. Ты не сочувствуешь наемникам? Это тяжелая работа.
Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do.
Ты считала, что профсоюз нуждается в защите?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
У меня есть еще вопросы.
I'm listening.
У тебя есть алиби на время смерти Лели?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon me.
Десять минут, 15 минут, полчаса. Они сказали, что ты отходила отлить на целых 15 минут.
Yeah, and I'm sure they also made some funny remarks about it. They always do. I've driven a lot of long haul and chugged a lot of beer, man. Can't do either without some power of mind over bladder. And anyway, that wouldn't have been enough time.
Погоди, никто не отливает по 15 минут.
Look, fuck you, man. I might also have stopped by the bar.
She speaketh truth.
Мы провели расследование. Выяснили, что 15 минут как раз хватило бы, чтобы совершить убийство.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
Послушай, с первого этажа в танцах есть секретный проход на крышу.
Don't know it, but also...
Там были твои следы, ты что выдумываешь?
evaluating your competence as a police officer.
The shot couldn't have come from the roof, or we would have all heard it downstairs.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
У тебя есть оружие.
And?
Ты не коллекционируешь оружие? Старые винтовки, может быть?
No, they're not practical. Break too often.
Я вижу двуствольный пистолет. А другое оружие у тебя есть?
Sure don't.
Да, конечно.
A breech loader?
No.
This is such a whiteout.
Я что-то не уверен. Что это за пистолет?
A Noctway 80 front loader. Two-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing.
That isn't it.
А где ты его взяла?
The gun store.
В каком оружейном магазине?
Trigger Happy Jacks.
Серьезно? Сорви...
What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal.
Есть еще одна улика, о которой я хочу тебя спросить.
Yeah, evidence.
Тебе нравится лазать по крышам?
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna.
Это была единственная причина, по которой ты тусовалась на крыше?
The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, yeah. Along with Claudia.
Что такого отличного в этой антенне?
It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival.
Значит, ты уверена, что не стреляла в наемника с крыши?
Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have come from afar.
Ты оставляла цветы на крыше для Классия?
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
Это были не просто цветы, это символ революции.
So now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols around? Come on.
Но Классия оплакивала погибшего.
I never did understand why, when someone dies, a hothouse's worth of flowers has to die too.
Ладно, значит, ты не оставляла ландыши.
No, I did not.
А также ты занимаешься наркоторговлей для профсоюза. Я был в твоем грузовике.
So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician.
Ничего подобного, я сам туда забрался.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
У тебя был финансовый мотив для убийства наемника.
Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the union.
Что это было, Ким?
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
Но теперь ты угрожаешь нам.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
Все вопросы уже задал. Ну, а это явно не она убила, я так и думал. Тогда почему она прячется? Могла бы тусоваться с этими парнями. Делать вид, что она ни при чем. Ладно, давай-ка вернемся назад.
Yeah? Where?
More questions before doing anything.
Да? 92% шанс. Если ты его не убивала, зачем прятаться?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent.
So this is what she was scared to tell Titus. This cop.
О чем ты? Какой еще агент La Puta Madre?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the
опасно,
lieutenant
опасно.
mumble something to himself.
Опасно, опасно.
Fucking hell. And why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Кто все? Откуда ты об этом знаешь?
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
Скажи, а как меня зовут? Если ты об этом знаешь, то имя мое должна знать.
Harry Dubois. One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and a funny tie. Agent to La Puta Madre.
All of this just means that you're effective. Criminals know you and are scared of you.
La Puta Madre. Я слышал про La Puta Madre. Опасный человек, верно?
Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both.
Нет, это вопрос.
Yeah, sure.
She doesn't believe you.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough.
Чем ты насолила этому Мадре?
You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition? And now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fucking Titus.
She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat.
Блин, опасно. Мне сейчас это... Я могу умереть. Мне надо, наверное, попробовать. Высокие шансы, мы справимся. А то, мне кажется, еще один диалог выберу, и мне еще минус одну очку хп будет, и я умру. Надеюсь, она не выстрелит.
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
Ты в порядке, Ким?
All good, officer. Be careful.
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
Не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не, не надо. Что ты творишь?
Problem solving.
Блин, она думает, что я продажный коп, и она хочет себя застрелить.
Ma'am, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are...
Oh, yes, it is.
Блин. Риторика. Риторика, плиз. %42. Мне надо это наверняка сделать. %58 равные шансы. Блин. Ничего не поделать. Придется, наверное, вкачать и третье очко. 72%. Попробуем убедить ее опустить оружие.
She's truly desperate. She thinks she has no other options. You need to give her options.
Какой выбор?
You know.
Может, я все-таки смогу ее отговорить?
This is how you talk her out of it. It's the only scenario in which she lives.
Прошу, просто уходи.
She stares at you, frozen, the gun still in her mouth, eyes filled with dark intensity. Then something shifts in her.
Тебе не обязательно это делать. Я не загоняю тебя в угол. Я отпускаю тебя.
Day of miracles. I'll take it.
She runs past you, then past the lieutenant,
Блин, я не
and
узнал
disappears into the
многое.
darkness of the tunnel.
Good call.
Точно?
Yeah, I'm sure. I would have done the same had I not been incapacitated.
Я думаю, она не убийца.
Her tent. We should check it out.
Блин, всрал все очки риторики, точнее все очки на риторику. И плюс еще и это. Не все диалоги посмотрел. Может быть, она бы могла мне что-то рассказать еще. Там было про бункер и про ее версию происходящего и вообще, ну, типа, что произошло, кто убийца. Хотя вряд ли она прям знает, кто убийца. Блин, если я купил больше хилок. Блин, почему я пожадничал и купил всего одну запасную хилку? Впереди, насколько хватает взгляда, лишь темная вода. Выхода здесь нет. Кухонная утварь. Она готовила кашу с бананами. Очень вовремя, блин.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. It was pitched by practiced hands. She's used to camping out.
Что там внутри?
The tent looks old, but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled up sleeping bag, cooking utensils, some books, and a kerosene lamp. It reeks of cigarettes.
Что там еще?
Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
See anything?
Что там среди журналов?
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine, it's a leather notebook.
Записную книжку.
You pocket the worn brown leather journal.
We should read this immediately, like right now.
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket.
Смотреть обложку.
It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller.
Размотать шнурок.
The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled.
Изучить почерк.
The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. Perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins.
Пролистать.
It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated.
It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this.
Что за логистика?
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
Что это за схемы?
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
Что-нибудь личное?
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. Staff issues. Always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal.
Когда она начала вести его?
The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
Что она написала в день смерти Лели?
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. You have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand all of it.
Есть что-нибудь о Лапута Мадре?
That name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell. Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M, though. La Puta Madre. M is mentioned on March 9th and March 15th.
Сначала прочитать запись от 9 марта.
Great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching. But also, I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head while I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck. by constantly looking over my shoulder. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? The call? Did M call her personally? Why?
Прочитать запись от 12 марта.
Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people, the boys, for example. But experience tells me. Did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. The entry ends abruptly.
Что говорится в последней записи?
The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
I just don't think she killed a mercenary. It's mostly a gut feeling, though, since we let her walk out without hearing her side of the story.
Да, блин. Если она невиновна, может и к лучшему, что мы ее не поймали.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. We have other reasons to arrest her. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than we does, especially if she has problems with the madre.
Ким, я что, правда агент Лапута Мадре?
No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure.
He truly does not believe you are. Perhaps he shouldn't be so trusting.
Тогда кто, по-твоему, убил наемника?
Could have been Titus. Then again...
Ти не стал бы меня кидать. Чего, блин? С каких пор вы с ним на короткой ноге? Но выстрела никто не слышал.
Maybe there's a hardy boy we've yet to meet who acted as his accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on him. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling and rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
Вложил, блин, в риторику. Все, что только мог, лишь бы она не убила себя.
Yes, what is it?
Я еще не знаю про серость, блин. Как это? Я же поговорил с ней про серость. Не буду мешать.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
Мне бы такой плащ тоже не помешал. Дождь просто ледяной.
Sadly, I need this one myself. It's hydrophobic, repels water. Almost magically. The company makes them for offshore platform personnel. Very sturdy. What I can do for you is answer some questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day.
Да, собственно, я не знаю, о чем еще поговорить с ней. Поговорим про самосуд?
Of course. Anything to help.
Да нет, собственно. Ничего нового нет. Ладно, пока все.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Ну, все, пока что у меня все на этом. С ней не о чем говорить. Еще мне уже пора заканчивать. Так что...
Stop. Just up ahead. Danger. What you have isn't enough. You'll need more firepower. A ranged weapon.
Да.
Statistically speaking, sabers have proven to be rather ineffective against military technology.
Не уверен, что готов к тому, что ждет впереди.
Then you'd better get ready. Whatever happens, I've got your back.
Так у меня нет оружия, блин. Чё там? Давай сохранимся. У меня же все равно нет оружия нормального. Как мне подготовиться, блин? Монтировку взять? Не знаю. Есть ли в этом смысл? У меня все равно нет оружия никакого.
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. all right?
Shut up! You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm. There's something very wrong with him.
Он опасен.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kypt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Courty.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right,
Опасно,
fellas?
опасно. Возможно, мне понадобился бы мой пистолет, но, блин, у меня его нет. Возможно, придется потом перезагрузиться до разговора с этой же девушкой Руби, сходить к Эврару и выяснить, где мой пистолет. Только потом идти к ней, потому что тут после разговора с ней начинаются дела.
He is facing overwhelmingly superior firepower, and he knows it.
Peaceful.
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them.
Fuck, there's the third one. How did we miss something like this?
Что будем делать?
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
Стоять, полиция! А что еще делать?
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
Pig fuck!
Спокойно, никому не обязательно сегодня умирать.
Oh, people are gonna die today. We're not leaving it like this. These tribals hung him up for everyone to see.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle. The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. You feel your fists contract as you stand there between these men, all carrying real weapons. No, it's okay. Soften him up and trust the others to attack if it comes to that. Make him talk. Present an argument. Even if it comes to a fight, it's always a good idea to drag it out.
Шансы высокие.
Get under his skin.
Ну почему же я так и не нашел пистолет? кто это? Я не знал, что у вас есть третий.
Rude. Rude is the killer. Rude, the killer. Owen Cloven. He doesn't talk much.
All of you cunts inside out.
Что ты сказал, Руд?
Rip you open.
Убийца?
The gunner, the raddest, the killer. What do you think he does?
There, on the rim of Owen Cloven's helmet, you count little stick figures. 19, 20, 21.
Пересчитать фигурки.
About 50 little stick figures, all of them black, plus 2 little white ones in the end.
Убивает черных?
That's right. Plenty of kips here in Revachol, too.
T, let's fucking do it.
Послушай, они этого не делали.
Yeah? Who did that?
Это был я. Бах. Погоди, мне нужно еще время в этом разобраться.
Time. You had time to fuck around in that church, to run errands for your union chief. I saw you.
Time is up, loincloth. Give me a name. Now!
Это был кто-то другой. Кто-то, кого здесь сейчас нет.
How fucking convenient.
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
На крышу мог пробраться кто угодно. Например, гард, управляющий кафетерием.
What the fuck? What are you doing?
Надеюсь, тебя не убьют, чувак.
You think I'm fucking stupid, cop? What if I just shot one of your pals here, right now? Huh? Go ahead. Tell me it was the fucking cafeteria manager one more time.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead court marshal won't decide who...
Думай, почему он мне не верит?
The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him, all together. Titus said, we took him out back and hanged him. He said it loud, in a public place.
Послушай, его застрелили, не повесили. Послушай.
You're lying. DePaul heard it.
You heard wrong. She and his men have been helping us find the shooter.
Признание было враньем.
Liars.
The shot rings in your ears, a low, tinny ring, Then the Hardy
Кого
boys
убили?
yell something. The young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot has flown over her head, crashing a small pane of the glass window behind her.
I missed.
I know what I heard, Corty. They said they killed him. They said it was a good way to end a Sunday night.
That doesn't sound good. You need to change the topic now, or there will be another shot. What topic? Shots have been fired. Act before it's too late. This was a close call.
Поговорить о повешенном.
Dangerous. Ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He has to start it.
Кто ты, Корти?
Sergeant Major Raoul Cortiner, reporting in to burn this fucking mud hut to the ground.
As he moves, the interlocking pieces of his armor click softly. Click, click, click. The realization comes to you like a picture puzzle coming together. His name is Raoul Cortiner. The dead man's name is Elise Cortiner. He's brothers with the deceased.
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer, we're all sentenced to death by lead.
Кортенар. Кортенар. Знакомое имя.
He sways from left to right, inspecting you.
Рауль и Элис Кортенар. Соболезную по поводу брата Рауль.
He wasn't my fucking brother. We just grew up on the same farm and got beat into place by the same sick fuck.
А потом пошли в одну военную академию, в один отряд, на одну войну.
Same fucking mud hut town, too.
Okay, good.
Родители бросили его в сраном прессе для листьев.
Who? Laylee.
Да, когда он был еще совсем младенцем.
We researched him. We contacted the ICP and looked at his birth records. That was in there. And other things.
They fucking put Laylee in a leaf compactor, and now these cunts finished the job.
There's real anguish in his voice. A drunken sadness suddenly engulfs him. Memories.
It's a mind fuck, Corty. He wasn't put in a leaf compactor. They're making it up to fuck with us. Major, permission to.
Open fire. We can't have that. Interfere now.
Слушай, твой Лели, все говорят о нем хорошее. Язык у него был подвешен.
Fuck do you mean, talker?
We've heard testimony. People say he was charismatic, a nice guy to be around.
Yeah, he liked to chat up the natives. Share leaflets. Squeeze a bit of kit ass here and there. Great fucking idea that turned out to be. If Laylee was here, he would spare the lot of you. Maybe shoot one for show. But me, I'm not a big fan of public affairs, Clay Monkey. I'll gun every one of you down for what you did.
Ready to open fire, Major. At your command.
Банайтал. 41-й. Это все правда, верно?
Our colonel did what he had to do. It was either one cunt or 100 of them. Rude here.
And your ship pipe's right in the fucking...
He likes to fire mortars at random coordinates. Wipe out mud huts like that. When he gets bored, Lady knew how to command.
He was a good commander. I can see you miss him.
Oh yeah, he would have commanded this fuckhell way better than I did. But that didn't happen, because Hayseed, Bill, and Kipty the Kipt here fucking murdered him. Had him stink the village up for 2 weeks after. And you folks did nothing.
Listen, man. We told you we...
Told us what? What did you say? Who said that? Tattoo fuck! You'll die first!
У него были голубые глаза, так ведь? У твоего брата.
Baby blue, yeah. Like someone fucked up and put a baby's eyes on a grown man. It was creepy, but bitches like that shit, I guess. Or, I don't know what bitches like. I just know how to mow down cloths.
Твой брат не заслужил такой смерти. Я найду его убийцу, обещаю.
Find his killer. Cop, his killer stands right there, shitting his pants, and you're standing in the way, protecting them. I know what this tactic is, Silo Sam. You're gonna die for them. Right here.
Big talk, but that leaf compactor won't leave his mind anytime soon. It's a small thing, but it got him off center.
Да вы же пьяные, чего это даст, блин? Представительница Wild Pines этого не одобряет. Да им уже насрать на все, я думаю. Где Классия? Она бы все объяснила. Ну что, попробуем придумать довод.
All right, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. Krenner would never sanction this. Who's the commanding officer? Take your pick. Really? None of this looks like it's going to do anything but piss him off.
Вот именно.
You only have time for one argument. Choose wisely.
В смысле? Для ясности, ты официально старший в вашем отряде. Ты официально я старший в вашем отряде после смерти полковника. Кренель дал вам право проводить трибунал. Раньше вы назывались Даунвелл. Что произошло? Он говорит, внушение говорит мне, что вот эти два варианта его разозлят. Про Крена или про главного. Раньше вы назывались Даунвелл. Что произошло?
What always happens when you get good at your job? That name meant night raids. Fucking extrajudicial funky time. Burn villages. Shit that sounds bad on the radio. The same thing happened when we were called whatever the fuck it was. Probably won't be called Crenell for much longer either. Not after this shit.
Okay, it's not much. But he's thinking about something else, and his hand is off the gun. This did something.
Так. Где Классье? Она бы все объяснила.
Who the fuck is that?
Glacia, the woman upstairs. Where is she?
She left!
В каком смысле уехала?
She left! Her room's cleaned out! Right before these assholes showed up!
We should have arrested her.
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one!
Представительница Wild Pines этого не одобряет.
You think I care what that company cunt thinks?
Блин. Wild Pines не простят, если вы вырежете кучу невинных людей.
The man stares at you with bloodshot eyes, a bull ready to charge. He's not listening, but looking for an opening. Now is not a good time to strike. He's looking right at your hands. Do something else. Get him distracted.
Ладно, позволь сказать еще кое-что.
Fucking waste this fuck!
Да вы же пьяные, посмотрите на себя. У меня просто нет уже реплик, кроме этой.
Yes. So what?
Ничего.
Yeah? So what? You should be drunk too. Or, like, drunker. You don't want to die sober, do you?
Я тоже потанцуем, детка. Ты не судишь трезво и пожалеешь о содеянном.
Nah. I'm clear as day. Fucking government-ordained super soldier.
Enough already! What is this? We didn't come here to fucking chat!
Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal.
И все, у меня больше нет реплик. Ну почему же я так и не нашел пистолет?
What's that, loincloth? I can't hear you. Sounds like you got your mouth full of dick. Rude.
Shit, this is it. Tell him anything. Tell him you have more information.
Мы с Кимом тебя завалим, сволочь! И сразу в лоб. Убей меня, и ты никогда не узнаешь, кто убил твоего полковника. Я скрывал эту информацию.
Rude. Kill him.
Блять.
The porcelain man raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His hands are steady, and the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly.
Думай, думай.
You steer down the barrel of the gun. You see Rude's mask behind it, his eyes in the slit of the helmet, like a camera lens, focusing on you. God, you're so frail. Too frail to think further. Time is running out.
Блять. Скорость реакции. Я не могу больше увеличить скорость реакции. Охереть. Или могу? А, могу? 68%. Вернуться от выстрела.
You leap left. A swarm of angry lead passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your coat. Feels like the lightest of tucks.
Меня нельзя убить, я стал бессмертным. Хватит в меня стрелять.
The man tilts his head, trying to see through the clearing smoke for the next shot. Watch out. To your left. DePaul is about to take a shot too. At Kim.
God, please.
Two shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but it misses. You hear a scream behind you.
Ким, он попал в человека с ружьем?
Blood gushes from the helmet's eye sockets as Rude staggers back, disoriented. The sounds coming from his helmet are not human. An unbelievable shot from the lieutenant.
Кто кричал?
Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out of them like red geysers.
Интересно, этого можно было избежать?
You see 2 cold eyes looking at you through all the smoke and panic, and a pistol raised, aiming at your chest, point blank. Then the man squeezes the trigger.
Блядь, ну пиздец. Посмотреть ему в глаза.
A look of happiness. His eyes seem unnaturally bright.
Я делал все, что только можно, блин, и мне все равно наступила эта перестрелка.
And the end. Here it comes. Death.
И что мне сделать, блин? Ну, типа, мне надо было вкачивать все очки в скорость реакции? Да сколько надо было вкачивать, чтобы, блин, поднять этот... Вообще, я не знаю, мне надо было пистолет, видимо, найти, потому что, не знаю, что-то... Если бы был пистолет, я, может быть, как-то вот эту перестрелку по-другому бы мог развернуть, а так мне только... Остается, что уворачиваться. Потому что я все реплики проделал, красные 2 проверки прошел там, и все равно перестрелка началась, потому что у меня уже не было пистолета, и мне осталась последняя реплика, что почему у меня нет пистолета. Да, блин. Придется все это переигрывать с самого начала. Потому что мне надо, блин, пистолет сначала найти. Жесткая игра.
You can't. There is no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire, and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark. A distant blur as you recede into it.
Слушать через боль и темноту.
The Hardy Boys are yelling. Someone is running, jumping over you. In the background you hear gunfire shatter glass, and then a man in pain. A familiar sound. It's Titus with a splat like meat. You hear bullets rip into him. His voice, still giving orders, grows fainter. A gurgle.
Дотронуться до нижней части тела.
Feels slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong to know what has happened there. Even clutching to your consciousness takes everything you got.
Каких частей у меня не хватает?
Most of what's down there.
О, Господи.
It's all gone. Open your eyes now. You have to see what's happening.
Ну и что я вижу?
Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain. Distant shadows cast by them. Like a hellish play.
You're bleeding out.
О чем эти реплики? Никто не хочет иметь со мной дело. Или дела. Никто не хочет со мной отжигать.
Stay with me.
Все такие злые.
Yes, keep talking. You hear me? Stay awake.
But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the sounds ever more distant. And the cold comes over you. The lieutenant, too, is somewhere far away, almost gone, when suddenly you sense something behind him. A shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising his pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands. Scream immediately. He's gonna die.
Нет, Ким!
No, you scream. Behind you, from your bloody lips, your eyes are full of fear. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant turns around and fires, his body falling on yours in the course of the motion. You hear a roar of pain, a death scream. The sound disappears like someone pressed stop on the tape. The hulking figure, too, is gone. And so is Kim. And the whole world.
Блин, надо все было сделать под руку. Надо было достать свой пистолет. Видимо, есть такая возможность была. Надо было еще закупиться хилками, чтобы нормально поговорить с той девушкой, с Руби. Тогда бы я, может быть, узнал больше информации о том, кто это мог быть, и смог бы убедить его. Так что, блин, все это не имеет смысла, мы все это будем переигрывать с самого начала. Провалиться в черную тьму.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
Ну, с самого начала вот этого стрима, я имею в виду. Я теперь стану призраком.
Brother, you already were a ghost. Up there screaming along with all of them, scaring each other, haunting each other. It's the living who are ghosts. The dead are silent. They don't rattle windows or write letters in blood. The living do. Leave them behind. Rest.
Нет, я хочу вернуться в бой.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling deeper. Take the door. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh, God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours, rotting, moaning in his sleep. And rotting, and being disinfected, and smelling of drugs, and feeling saliva in his mouth. Drifting in painkillers, thrashing in his won't sleep.
There was a radio in the distance, a radio of the world, playing sounds. Good morning, Elysium. Soon you will return to the world.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally, we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call.
Только не говори мне, что сейчас начнется игра заново.
It was him. He is the infernal engine. He never stops. He only gets worse.
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple, from the pain.
Kim?
Sunrise, Parabellum.
Что произошло? Что произошло?
What happened? We tried to take the diplomatic route and hoped they wouldn't attack first. They did. The major gave the command.
А потом что было?
As retaliation, their rifleman tried shooting you. He missed, or you dodged.
Увернулся.
Then I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. Glenn did not survive. Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo died before they made it to intensive care. Titus died in a hospital yesterday. Alain and the young musician, I forget his name, they are all that's left.
Тит мертв?
Yes. You were bleeding out. I think you said no one wants to party with you. And you warned me. I was able to disarm the major before he got the jump on me. I was not able to kill him, as I should have. Crenel took him. A stray bullet killed the Pole, though. And that's what happened.
Тит мертв?
Yes.
А майор?
He's in a private hospital across the river. Crenel claimed him from the local butcher shop where Titus died. Turns out he's insured. We won't get to him anymore. The good news is he's not coming here either. I did some damage.
Ты же вроде куришь только одну в день.
This is the one.
Ладно, сколько всего жертв со стороны профсоюза?
5. Glenn, Theo, Shanky, Angus, the fat one. He took a lot of bullets. And Titus.
И это...
All.
Это же просто пиздецким.
Yes, officer. 7 people are dead. It's not a success. But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. The worst scenario has not materialized. Yet. And we are still alive. Both of us.
He did not expect you both to survive once you stepped between those two armies.
Я сильно ранен?
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. The outer side, thankfully, no major arteries were nicked. The bullet was removed and a bacterial infection treated with mercurochrome.
Я смогу уходить?
We will see.
You won't be able to dance much, that's for sure. You should be able to live with limping around, though.
А ты ранен?
Not very. I have a concussion from the Major beating me with the butt of his gun. I tried to not move too much. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see him coming. Stupid of me.
Из моего участка кто-нибудь заходил проведать?
No.
Странно. Нет?
I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site.
Странно. Ты же никого не видел, да?
I'm sure they are worried about you.
That means he hasn't seen them around while you were out. They're not really worried about you. If they were, wouldn't they be here?
Если они так переживают, что ж не явились?
I don't know.
Кто же за мной ухаживал, если не сотрудники участка?
I did.
Спасибо.
No need.
Ладно.
Easy now.
Your balance is way off. You feel like you're about to fall over on that thing.
How are you?
Ну все, оттанцевал свою диско.
Your disco days should have been done quite a while back, Lieutenant Efrater.
А что ты там сказал про утро?
Sunrise parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying.
И что, пришла война?
The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I am relieved to say. I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely.
Отлично.
Yes, we have also completely failed. But that's okay.
Ким, ты что, снял ссаную куртку?
Yes. The joke wasn't funny anymore. I took it off.
А он ее надевал разве?
The close proximity of death must have made the lieutenant contemplate his life choices. He's done with the jacket.
Он ее не надевал. Странно, что у меня эта реплика открыта. Номер тут чисто.
Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him an entire day.
Сколько я пролежал?
2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse. And drink water.
Ой-ой-ой.
It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramamine pill an hour ago. Wait until it wears off.
И что теперь, Ким?
I honestly don't know.
Ты не знаешь?
We can't talk to Everard. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. And Joyce has left too.
Joyce уехала?
Yes, she left yesterday morning. To meet the board of Wild Pines, or that is what I've heard. There's a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps Connell from sending in a death squad. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone. And Clasia too. We really should have arrested her, you know?
Да блин, я откуда знал-то? Я с ней и не поговорил даже. Стой, ты проверял, она правда?
Guard confirmed she left 20 minutes prior to the tribunal showing up.
Так кто же убийца, Ким? Кто убил повешенного?
I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect.
Сраные ландыши, Ким. Цветы.
What?
Вот этот, помнишь?
Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case. You don't have to keep everything.
He's wrong.
Нет, Ким, в этом городе действительно весь мусор связан с нашим делом.
Okay.
А что насчет дыры в стене? Кто-то за ней подглядывал.
I don't know. That's been there for years.
А проклятые следы?
Yes. God cursed the footprints, not solving the case for us. Au diable.
Древняя пуля от Бель Маграф. 4,46 миллиметра. Насколько сложно найти такое ружье, а?
It's extremely easy. There are thousands lying around. We found one. All completely unusable. It's precisely how easy it is to find one that makes the bullet useless.
А как же все эти старые бункеры, схроны с оружием эпохи революции?
We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them.
А, я мог открыть в бункере, там наверняка была бы рабочая винтовка, и я, может быть, мог бы тоже в перестрелке использовать это. Это потому что это все потому что я шестерка Лапута Мадре, так?
Don't be narcissistic. Half the cops in Revachol West are his peonies. Even if you are, it is not a decisive factor in this case.
That does make some sense.
Знаешь, что я думаю о раскрытии преступлений?
He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
К чему это вообще? Раскрывать преступления супер просто.
Really? Because to me, it seems solving crimes is hard.
That concussion must be making him dizzy.
Ты еще не готов сдаться, м?
No. Are you ready to limp?
Я готов.
Good. Where do you want to limp to?
Давай бесцельно бродить, пока не наткнемся на улики.
Let's do that. We can start upstairs in Classia's bedroom. I have not done a thorough sweep after she left. Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think of anything better.
Окно заменили. Новое стекло сияет в лучах утреннего света. С улицы доносится шум машин. Мир живет своей жизнью. Проигрыватель стерео 8 вновь обрел свою правую колонку. Ха! Дверь открыта. Можно зайти в номер Кима. Белая эмаль сияет чистотой. Бутылок внутри нет. Будильник заведен на 6:50. В шкафчике лежат медикаменты и медицинские инструменты. Меркурохром, скальпель, что-то там еще, блин. Не успел прочитать. И что еще есть у тебя? Ким, у тебя ничего нет, что ли? Кроме дневника? Или что это?
These papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of the lieutenant's paperwork, half finished. You may cap notes on this and other recent cases.
I had got opened the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night.
На секунду мне показалось, что я умер.
Back there on the plaza? I think you very nearly had a heart attack. Alcoholism has damaged you more than bullets have. We should go.
Да уж. А что с квестами, которые уже не выполню никогда? Спросите Классе про ночь в воскресенье. Это возможно? Она же уехала. А, про подписи, кстати. Это уже теперь невозможно сделать. Вот 2 подписи для Еврара. Потеряно. О. Блин, ну кто знал? Что я еще потерял? Кто сложил одежду в мусор? Блять, откуда я знаю? Проблема в том, что ты не знаешь, когда квест станет недоступным. Оказывается, такие моменты есть. Кстати, у меня только 2 квеста потеряны, получается. Так. Квест с Классе не ушел в потерянный, значит, мы еще и встретимся с ней. Я так это понимаю. Ох, нога болит. Возможно, если не бегать, будет не так больно. Похоже, она оставила что-то на столе.
Next to the stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines jotted down in large, uneven handwriting, just as the writer was about to rush out the door. I'm sorry, I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S. Gift upstairs.
A gift?
Что это может быть за подарок?
I am not drawing my gun yet, but I don't like gifts.
Кажется, она отбывала в спешке.
It's hardly surprising.
Красная нитка. Нейлоновая. Ведет из номера на крышу. Нитка привязана к антенне. И... Тут ничего нет. Так что за подарок-то, я не понял.
This window is pristine, at least on the inside. A red thread has been taped to the glass using adhesive tape. It trembles ever so slightly in the cold wind.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
Что здесь произошло?
Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
В какой они позе?
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth, a ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain. The red thread bisecting the room shows the trajectory of the bullets.
Где же ее начало?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Изучить точку А на крыше.
Ruby ruled this out vehemently. The shot would have been heard from downstairs, where no one heard it. The likelihood of A prime has fallen drastically. You may be looking for a sniper. The shot had to come from a greater distance, beyond A prime. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Увеличить радиус, чтобы учесть все возможные точки в Мартинезе.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime.
А можно поточнее?
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Изучить точку Б' на пирсе.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account. This would explain why no one heard the gunshot. The bullet came from far away.
Изучить точку Б' на краю земли. Мне кажется, оттуда.
1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched.
Изучить точку Б3 штриха на островке.
1 kilometer away, an unlikely point of origin. Beyond the docks somewhere, on an islet in the Bay of Martinaise perhaps. There are islets there, badly charted as they may be. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 8B and 33A. The angle would have been extreme and access to the islets is questionable, but it is a possibility. Then there's the thread the witness left. She did have a first-hand view of the event. Perhaps she found something in the outer reaches of her memory of it.
Рассмотреть призрачные силуэты.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
Куда ведет эта нить?
It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof. B triple prime. The island in the bay.
Она пытается сообщить нам, что стреляли с того островка?
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point.
Откуда она знает, как это делается?
She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass. It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her?
Она таким образом просит прощения.
I find that hard to believe. But at this point, what difference does it make?
Кроме того, это одно из немногих мест, тот остров. Это одно из немногих мест Мартинеза, где мы еще не были.
So it is.
For a second he seems tired.
Может, нам стоит отправиться на остров?
He is trying to justify it to himself.
Не знаю, что на это сказать. Ким, мы просто обязаны это сделать.
I understand.
В смысле не отправляться? В смысле? Ким, давай уже отправимся на этот чертов остров.
Okay, let's go to the fucking island. How do we get there? Joyce Messier had her sloop, but she's gone.
Лильен, рыбачка, она как раз смолила лодку.
Ah, yes, of course. The village. Let's go.
Слушай, этот квест не уходит, поэтому наверняка мы еще с ней встретимся. Ладно, сегодня получился длинный стрим. Так получилось, что у меня сегодня есть время, а завтра и послезавтра, я думаю, его не будет, поэтому стоило как бы это сегодня как можно дольше поиграть. Мы продвинулись достаточно далеко, хотя и не идеально, потому что пришлось отпустить Руби, не узнав у нее всю информацию, не выведав у нее, короче. Потом была перестрелка, в которой я не смог, наверное, по максимуму разрулить все. Мне кажется, это был вариант, в котором бы, может быть, умерло меньше бы людей все-таки. Вот, не знаю. Ну, наверняка был такой вариант, если бы, во-первых, у меня была какая-то еще информация от Руби, возможно, и если бы у меня было оружие. Мне кажется, можно было бы избежать такого количества жертв. Но тем не менее, мы живы. Хотя я думал, что это будет гейм-овер, но нет. Мы живы, а значит, надо продолжать. Надо продолжать. Это тоже один из вариантов продолжения сюжета, поэтому я, наверное, не буду это переигрывать. Мы просто продолжим так, как есть, и попытаемся раскрыть это дело. Вот. Имеем, что имеем, как говорится. У нас еще есть, да, очки пришлось там вкачивать резко просто в риторику, потом в скорость реакции. Но вот скорость реакции меня не спасла в итоге. По крайней мере, от одного выстрела я спасся, от другого нет. Вот. Что еще есть? Мысли. У меня есть еще одна мысль, которую я мог бы активировать, на самом деле. Ну, пока не знаю. Мне иногда вот очки просто резко нужны бывают. Что еще? Квесты еще какие-то остались, да? К примеру, 6 Лапута Мадры. У кого-то надо это узнать. Мне, может, позвонить по рации в участок, спросить, не знаю. Ну, это по основному квесту. Про броню тоже квест почему-то не ушел. Значит, возможно, еще шансы есть. Про орудие убийства стопудово в этом подвале, в этом бункере, но... Что-то там нужно очень. Техника, по-моему, там нужно очень много. Высокий уровень техники. У меня техника так себе, конечно. Классия, не знаю, где-то мы, может, ее еще и встретим. Вот Эврара мы с ним не можем поговорить, поэтому квест про Эврара был закрыт. Стал закрыт, точнее. Вот. В общем, вот так вот. В общем, игра продолжается. Но мы пока не закончили, да. На удивление, такая достаточно долгая тема. Долгий сюжет с поворотами. Вот, пишите советы, блин, мне никто не пишет советы. Поэтому приходится вот так вот наугад все тыкать. Увидимся, наверное, в понедельник. Продолжим проходить. Всем пока.